Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, who's next? What else is there? More? More? Hare Krishna! Yes, there's something very much more. Vanchakalputurubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyesha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Will there be some translation into French if there's a need? Who needs translation into French? Maybe some arrangement there. I don't know if maybe Dhananjaya Prabhu was getting a little tired. 1 hour he's been translating or more from French into English. Hare Krishna. As you wish. He's there kind of essence of Gaura Purnima. Essence. It's, of course, a wonderful festival. This has started to work. Yeah. Magic. I'm probably the one who doesn't really need it. I think twice as loud as I'm going now. To reawaken our eternal constitution. Our actual existence is service. We exist simply to serve. We have no other purpose of existence other than to serve Krishna. How to reawaken that? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we've heard, wonderful, you can say, presentations in a short time. Madhavendra Puri Prabhu and Goswami Prabhu. I don't know what to say to follow up, but maybe a couple of points. I'll just read a little bit from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Perhaps you have this book in English, I think not in French. This is the larger version with the commentaries of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj inside. I'll just read 1 or 2 invocation verses. Just imagine at this moment in Mayapur. It's midday-ish. Midday. Around midday. 4.5 hours ahead of us. But today in Mayapur in India, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 536 years ago on this day. How many people are thronging to Mayapur, this moment? How many? Thronging means converging on, coming to, bringing people together. How many people come to Mayapur on Gaura Purnima? Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of devotees converging on Mayapur to glorify Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Gaura Purnima. When Narottam Das, Janananda, Srinivas, Janananda arranged the first official Gaura Purnima festival, Keturi, many years after Lord Chaitanya departed. There are several purposes, but a primary purpose of this festival was to unite, to bring everyone together. This movement of Lord Chaitanya is to unite everyone. We're all meant to be united with Krishna in the center. So many deviations have come up even within 20, 30 years of Lord Chaitanya's departure. And Janava, she brought everyone together, synthesized, brought everyone back, harmonized with kirtan. Narottam Das is kirtan. And what was she doing? Although she is the eternal consort of Nityananda, she's serving the devotees, cooking for the devotees. She cooked the feast. She served the feast. She oversaw the installation of the deities. 6 sets of deities were installed. Narottam led the most transcendental Sankirtan. It drew Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all of his associates suddenly reappeared in the kirtan. This is Gaura Purnima, that which attracts Lord Chaitanya's attention. We don't have time to read. Do we have an updated report on the exact time of the opening of the curtains for the deity greeting? Can somebody perhaps get an indication? Tailor cut.
Would your eyes just on the other side of the curtain?
They're so absorbed in their service, they cannot hear anything. Totally in samadhi, meditating on pleasing, going in time. It's a fact. Sometimes you get so absorbed in the service, you're oblivious to even where you are or what's going on around you. You don't even where am I? Sankirtan, so absorbed in Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan. I offer my obeisances to the feet, unlimited obeisances to the feet of the loving, confidential devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Vrindavan Das Thakur speaking. I then offer my obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He incarnated in Navadvip, and he is known as, he has many names. That's one. I think she said Nimai. She sounded like Nimai. 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 That name was given by Mother Satya, Nimai. The Lord, when he appeared under a neem tree. So, neem trees are supposed to be very, very auspicious, very protective. So Mother Satya gave the name Nimai. Protecting. What other names did he have? Vishwambar. That's the name mentioned here. There's control of the universe, huh? Lord of the universe. Vishwambar. This is the astrological name. What other names did he get? Gaura Hari. Golden form of Lord. As we heard, his forms, incredible molten gold form. The sentiment of Radharani. Golden. What are the names? Someone said Gauranga, golden limbs. What are the names? Huh? Okay, Gauranataraj. I don't know if he's here at the moment. I don't think. There he is. The golden dancer. No one could dance like Lord Chaitanya. Goodness. Though we had many great dancers, but he was, what can we say? Everything about him was attractive. And as a child, okay, here Vishwambar, he incarnated in Navadvip. He's also known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And he is known as Vishwambar. Long purport. That same Supreme Personality of Godhead as declared in the Vedas and the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now this is the, you could say, the key point, secret point of entering into Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. We can associate with it. We can go through it in terms of kind of chanting and dancing or whatever way we can. All good. But if we really want to enter in, that same personality of Godhead is declared. And here's the secret. Worship of my devotees is superior to worship of me. Worshipping my devotees is better than directly worshipping me. I have therefore offered my prayers first to the devotees, as this is the secret for attaining perfection. So Lord Chaitanya appeared, as we've heard, for two purposes. It's a wonderful verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which I'll see if I can find it. Dui hetu avatari lana bhaktagan apane ashvari premanam sankirtan sedvare chandale kirtan sanchare nama prema mala ganti paraila samsare. I think Madhuranda Puri, you know this verse. You touched on it a little bit earlier on, not getting into it too deep. And this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Kaviraj Goswami says, thus with two intentions the Lord appeared with his devotees. Never comes alone. With relationship, rasa, bliss. Can only be experienced when there's another person. It has to be two, at least. So with unlimited devotees, Lord Chaitanya appeared and tasted the nectar of prema with the congregational chanting of the holy name. Two things. The chanting of the holy name at our stage, on the highest stage, it is non-different than the goal. On our stage, we could say it's a means to the goal. Therefore, we're practicing. Lord Chaitanya has introduced the means, the only means, of awakening within our hearts love of God, congregational chanting. Through the following the process of congregational chanting, prema manifests. Therefore, it's known as prema sankirtan. Prema nam sankirtan. Not ordinary sankirtan. It's enriched with, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, with prema. Thus, he spread kirtan, chanting, even among the untouchables. I don't know if you know who they are. Where are they from? I don't know. Where are they from, these untouchables?
France.
What? Where are you from? Where are you from?
France.
This is the pit here.
Huh?
This is the pit.
Pit. Where's the pit?
Friend.
Pita. Pita. The pita. France. A French person. Did you hear that? We are the untouchables. You could go on with that. And what did he do? This is a beautiful analogy or comparison. What did he do? What did Lord Chaitanya do? He preached. Okay, we heard that. Along with his devotees, they went everywhere preaching, but he wove. Some of you are, anyone here with a sewing needle? You've got the needles. Oh, you've got the needles, yeah. But you're not doing the same thing, you're doing something else. Anyone got some flowers with a needle? No? All done. All done. All way done. He wove, what did he weave?
Garland.
A garland. In English we usually say garland, but in this case it's a wreath. Do you know what a wreath is?
Yeah. What is it? Like Christ.
Huh? Oh yeah, he had a thorn. When you go to the cemetery, You may have been to a cemetery. Oftentimes, I don't know about in France, but in England they have these round flower arrangements, and they take them to the. It's a garland in a sense, but it's not quite the same. It's solid. It's very solid, and it's a wreath. They call it wreaths. You generally put it on, dead people like us. So he wove a wreath of what?
Of souls.
Huh?
Souls?
Salt?
Souls.
Souls. Some kind of Lord Shiva with his skulls around his neck or something. He wove a wreath of
Ox.
Nama and Prema. Yeah, the holy name and Prema woven together. Actually, sometimes it's said that Prema, we can't see it. It's inside. We see the Nam, maybe to whatever degree we see it, depending on our, purity of heart. Just like the moon. Last night, Sundar Gopal Prabhu sent a beautiful picture of the moon just rising in Mayapur, huh? Golden moon. Gaura Chandra, another name of Lord Chaitanya. Golden moon rising. It was a little hazy, as you know. Just like our consciousness is maybe a little hazy, I don't know. Maybe not even a little hazy, maybe it's just like thick fog. All we can see is ourselves, Tip of my nose, that's all I know. That's the truth, the absolute truth. We're a little covered sometimes, huh? Because there are fog or clouds in the sky. The moon is there, but we can't see. As we know, what are these clouds? These clouds are anartas in our hearts, covering our consciousness. We're convinced, I'm seeing it. What are we seeing? Something, maybe a dim reflection. And the clouds remove, the beautiful golden moon shines in the sky. When the sky of our consciousness, the Lord reveals himself, and our conscience becomes purified. Whole process. What time is the daily reading?
9:40.
9:40. We started 5 minutes late, more or less. So we have a little extension. Okay. So he wove this wreath, which we could say a garland also, but prema is like the thread inside the garland, gold thread or whatever. We can't see it, but it's there, holding everything, with which he garlanded the entire material world. The entire material world. What happened? What are we doing here? We must be asleep. Jeev Jago! Lord Chaitanya. Jeev Jago! Jeev Jago! Gaura Chandra Bole! What does he say? Kota Nidra Maya. Jaya Maya. Kota Nidra Jaya. What's it go? Pisha Chira Kole. Wake up, sleeping souls. We're asleep in the lap of Maya. We're very nice, as Goswami was explaining. We think very nice. Oh, chiku chiku. In the lap of Maya, Baby. Very nice. So we're sleeping. Wake up. How to wake up? Lord Chaitanya has brought that process. Aniche Oshari Mayanashi Paraladi. Brought the medicine to wake us up. He's given us. And we heard boat from Maharaja Prabhu, the great devotees. They bring the boat, and the boat is still here to ferry us across the great ocean of illusion. I'm going to read a beautiful verse here. Beautiful verse. We could be here till next Purnima reading beautiful verses about Lord Chaitanya. Avatirne Gaura Chandre Vistirne Prema Sagare Supakashita Bhatnoge Yodino Dina Eva Saha sure you all know where this is from. Pardon? Not bad. It's good. Chaitanya, very unusual. You may not have heard, or even maybe never even heard of it, but the speaker read it. Here's a text by Prabodhananda Saraswati. It's known as Chaitanya Chandramrita. Chandramrita. Beautiful prayers and glorification of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this verse goes like this. The advent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just like an expanding ocean of nectar. Just imagine an expanding ocean of nectar. We have an expanding ocean of misery, it seems like sometimes in our life. An expanding ocean of nectar. Ever expanding. It has no limits. Just have to get into that. Just get in there. Ever just carried away in this, the waves of this ocean of nectar. Prema Sagare. Ocean of nectar. Material is ocean of misery. We're so absorbed in it. Trying to swim. Everyone drowns in this material ocean. One who does not collect the valuable jewels within this ocean is certainly the poorest of the poor. Amazing. You've got to collect those valuable jewels deep down. Dig deep. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made this rare opportunity. We heard some of the reasons of Lord's appearance. And in relationship to devotees, he appeared also strongly because of another reason. I don't think you touched on that one. You didn't have time. Lord Chaitanya appeared because of the related to devotees. The calling of the Advaita Acharya. And other devotees too. And in the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say about that? Pardon? That's the first one. And the second one, which is in relation with devotees, particularly Paritranaya Sadhanam Vinasha Chatushpitam. Comes for his devotees. Just like if you had your children and they're suffering, what will you do? Everyone's experienced it. What will we do? If not this life, previous life. You want to alleviate it. We'll go there. We'll go there. If there's some, even in the state, if there's some problem somewhere, the head of state should go there and try to help sort it out and be there with the people. Lord wants to come. We've heard the deeper or the internal reasons, but this is another reason. The calling of Advaita. What was Advaita Acharya? What was he calling? What was he calling for? Oh, Krishna, please come. Please come, I'm hungry. Come and give me something to eat. What's his suffering? Come and then I'll believe in you. Show me. What's his calling now? What's he want? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Advaita Acharya was in great anxiety. To see the suffering of all the people in this age of Kali. They have no interest in spiritual life. They're just interested in some mundane religiosity. What is their fate, my Lord? Please, what to do? Please come into this world, and only if you, Krishna Chandra, appear in this world will they be saved. My Lord, please come. How can I bring my Lord into the world in this age of Kali? How can I do that? What can I do? I myself am a sinner. What can I do to help the fallen souls? And then he remembered a verse from Shastra. He started to, by worshipping the Shalagram Shila, by offering Ganga Jal and Dulce leaf, calling for the Lord. In this way the Lord will appear. So he began to petition the Lord. Please, my Lord, come and shower your mercy. Only then will people will be actually relieved. He was feeling great compassion. Naturally, as a combined form of Brahman and Shiva, a Vishnu and Shiva. And he was also accompanied by Haridas Thakur, many times, not at that moment. But later on, when they were appealing to the Lord to please appear in this world, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu were all worshipping, what can you say, the Lord, or expansions of the Lord's potency. And they were praying for the Lord to appear, calling, Krishna will come if we really mean it. We're still utilizing the process perhaps to fulfill some temporary purposes, intellectual, mental, physical purposes. Not surrendering completely. Totally surrendered, moved. And then, at that time, there were devotees. The Lord had sent devotees. Srivas Thakur was there, and others were there. And they were pretty much having to keep in their own homes. They were almost considered disturbances to the peace by the village. Most of the people in Navadvip were Shakta worshippers. They weren't interested in pure devotional service to Krishna. They wanted material returns. Interested in their family, their caste system, and so on. So Srivas Thakur and all the others who were gathering together, Shuklambar and others, were gathering in Srivas's house, and they were having kirtan together. But it was disturbing most of the Hindus. And they're getting afraid. They approached, they said, "Look, you Srivas, stop this. Otherwise the Muslims will come and destroy our village. You're a disturbance. If you don't stop this, we'll throw you out of the town and throw your house into the Ganga. Get out! Stop!" Very disturbed. And it was difficult for the devotees too, just like when Chankazi gave that threat to Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan party. So it was when Srivas Thakur's. The center of the Sankirtan, you could say. Kirtan. So what to do? News came to Advaitacharya. What happened? He came there. He said, What is this? Listen, Srivas. Listen, Shuklambar. If I am not able to bring the Lord of my heart into this world, then I will assume my four-armed form, and I will sever the heads of all of these rascals. He got quite worked up, quite excited. And he calmed down. No, that's not the meaning, purpose of the Lord in this age of Kali. He hasn't come to kill the propensity, the materialistic, self-centered propensity, but not kill the body. And this is the Sankirtan movement. The three cardinal instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu: Nam Seva, Vaishnava Seva, Jiva Himsa, mercy to the Jivas. And by Nam Seva and Vaishnava Seva, the import of Jiva Himsa may be understood. It's not concoction. It's a realization from the heart, just like in Advaita's heart. So with the calling of Advaita Charya, the Lord was obligated, as you know, maybe you don't, there are unlimited pastimes of the Lord. But when that one time when he had this rasa with Advaita Charya, and Advaita Charya, although it's his own expansion, nonetheless, Advaita Charya was aspiring, you could say. Lord Chaitanya always looked up to him. He was senior by age. He always respected him like this. And Advaita didn't like it. He wanted to worship Lord Chaitanya. This is the loving relationship between the Lord and his devotees. But Lord Chaitanya wouldn't have it. He always considered him like his superior. So what to do? How to get the mercy of having the chastisement of Lord Chaitanya? We don't for us think like that. But the chastisement of Lord Chaitanya, and then I'll know that he is my Lord, I'm his servant. So Advaita came up with the idea, let me start preaching Mayavad. It wasn't difficult, being, partial. Lord Shiva was also combined in his form. So he started preaching Mayavad philosophy, and Karmakanda philosophy, Jnanakanda, other philosophies. So Lord Chaitanya heard about this, and he thought, what is this going on? So he went there with Nityananda to check it out. Is this true? Is this a rumor? What's going on? So they arrived there in Shantipur, and there was Advaita sat very proudly on his Yasasana preaching, Mayavad type philosophy, yoga, sutras, and different things. Preaching away, looked very happy. What is this? Nada! What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me now, tell me, truthfully, which is higher? Bhakti or Gyan? Gyan is much higher than Bhakti. By practicing Bhakti, you may come to realize Gyan. What's going on? What? Nada! Like his father or grandfather, like that, senior. I came to this world because of you, and now you're preaching against me? He dragged him off the Vyasana by his hair, pulled him into the courtyard, pummeling him, beating him, smashing him left and right. Poor old man. Sita, his wife, was consoled. Please stop! He's an old man, he's a Brahmin! You're going to kill a Brahmin! She was freaking out. And then when Advaita was fully satisfied, the Lord stopped. Advaita was in ecstasy. Now my Lord has showered his mercy upon me. Rasa relationship. Childhood pastimes of the Lord, we don't have time to go into any depth. Childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are just sometimes bewildering, because we see that when he was a child, when he appeared, of course, everyone was chanting the holy name because of the eclipse of the moon. And people were all chanting, Hari, 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 Hari. Even the Muslims were, Hari, 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 laughing at the Hindus. Hari, 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 look at them all. Hari, Hari. Imitating. All the Hindus giving charity and going into the Ganga and chanting the holy names and so on. When the Lord appears, this is the result. Hari, the name of Krishna, goes everywhere. The whole world was erupting in kirtan, knowingly or unknowingly. So in his childhood, whenever he would get people to chant by crying, Hare, and then everyone would go, Hare Krishna, and he stopped crying. This is another secret weapon. But generally, when he was a child, he was a frolicsome lad, as they say, very playful, naughty child, a little like Krishna, in a different scene, but very frolicsome lad, sometimes it's described as. And he didn't really manifest very many signs of pure devotional service, although everyone magnetically attracted to him. Why? And sometimes with Mukunda was a very great devotee. They were like school together. But Lord Chaitanya was always playing, always making fun of him and so on and so forth. He's a devotee, and he would run away sometimes because Lord Chaitanya would give him such a hard time. He would defeat him. Lord Chaitanya could defeat any philosophy. Even devotees could be different. They would keep away. They were afraid. They were going to make it, put us in shame. As he said one day, he said, "When I have finished my scholastic pastimes, you will see what type of devotee I am. You will never have seen a devotee like this before, more or less. Even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma will be coming to serve. Such a devotee. He was saying, he came to teach devotional service to himself, as we heard. In this way, in this childhood pastimes, with his coward boyfriends, they're all enjoying rasa, relationships, fun. Spiritual life is unending bliss. You just haven't quite reached it yet. But it's unending bliss. And Lord Chaitanya is experiencing unending bliss in all these childhood pastimes. Even when he's, after, of course, there were certain things took place. Vishwarup took sannyas, and Mother Sati was so disturbed that her son was also going to take sannyas. Stop him going to school, otherwise he might become, this Advaitacharya is a real rascal. He's preached to my other son, and then he went and took sannyas. Now he's going to do that to Gaura, to Nimai. No more school, Nimai. No more school for you. You stay at home now. Bit of a problem. Because Nimai was one day he was caught sitting on top of rejected pots. Old clay pots, rejected. They, in India, considered untouchable sort of things, rejected. And little Nimai sat up there having a good time on top of the stack of pots. Oh, what are you doing there, Nimai? These are rejected pots. They're contaminated. You shouldn't sit there. And of course, he started preaching a little bit about, what is this duality? Everything is spiritual and so on. But they said, well, what can I say? I don't know anything. You don't let me study. You told me I can't go to school. How am I supposed to know these things? And he'd play around with this. And then at various times, sometimes when he was stopped from going to school, he would throw a tantrum. This word tantrum, you know?
Yeah.
What does it mean in French?
Il faisait
Un caprice.
un caprice.
He would go into tantrum. He'd do unbelievable. I don't know about you, but I felt like this sometimes when I was a kid. I wanted to smash everything. The windows, the cups, the table, everything. I don't know if everyone else felt like that. I never did it, but sometimes that feeling, it's a feeling of like, whoa, freedom or something. To hell with everything. Wow, good feeling. Some people do that. They actually get paid for doing it. They just smash their guitars and smash their pianos and smash everything. Lord Chaitanya would smash everything. Smash everything. But he would never smash his mother or the devotees. Never. He smashed everything else. This is the most prized thing we have, is the merciful association of Vaishnavas. Most important thing. He would never smash that. These pastimes of the smashing, it's interesting. When we read in the Krishna Leela, for instance, we'll give you 1 minute. Un moment. Un minute. Okay, well, let's jump over quick. Childhood pastimes of Krishna, killing demons. So many killings of demons. Preparing the way for the actual, you could say, development of deep relationships, loving relationships. You've got to get rid of the anarthas. All the things that Lord Chaitanya smashed. When you hear these pastimes, it represents smashing of anarthas. Same thing. The anarthas have to be smashed before we can really understand. As we sang that song, Vishaya Chariya Kabe, Shuddha Habima, Kabe Hamai Rabo Sri Vrindavan. We sang Sundar sang. As long as we got this desire to be shy of the sense gratification, we cannot enter into Vrindavan. The Lord Chaitanya has also come, in this sense, to smash those anarthas of all varieties of anarthas. Pride being like primary, you could say, stirrer of the myriad, the treasure chest in our hearts of anarthas. We have like this massive chest. We think it's a treasure chest, it's actually a coffin. And we're very attached to it. The Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Gaura Purnima, we dive in and try to chant, hear, serve, worship the Lord fully. These days, the festival days, are very important in our lives to, not just to attract nice festival, but to actually evoke a change of heart. To analyze, look at our hearts and see within ourselves, not just look at others, but look at ourselves. See what is there in there that is not pleasing to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And pray to him and his devotees to please be merciful. Even Haridas prayed, my dear Lord, please, I pray to you, Mahaprabhu, when I chant your holy names, please may the 10 offences not affect me. May I be free from the effect of these offences. Even he's praying. I may enter or be absorbed in the actual Nama Ras, the loving relationship of serving you through Nama Sankirtan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Gaura Purnima ki jai, Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai, Shri Krishna